Hello and welcome back to another video, and today, as you can see, we're here on MotoGP 25 once again. Today I'm going to be checking out the arcade mode that is new to MotoGP 25. So in this game there are two experience modes, arcade and pro. Now pro is probably the one that most people are going to use. Obviously it's the one that I use. You know, I've never really played with any of the assists, not since I was quite young. I've probably like a decade played without any of the assists, so it's not something that I typically do. And I thought I'd give it a go because I've had people ask about it. I've seen people mention about it that it's really fast, and I'm just kind of intrigued to see how it handles, what it feels like, and find out, is it faster? Can you get better lap times by using this, or is it just a case of it's slower but a bit easier to stay on the bike? So I guess we will find out. Now, in preparation for this, I have done a few laps at Assen as Jack Miller. That's what we're going to be doing in this video as well. The lap time isn't great by any means. Apparently it's 20th in the world at the moment. That's probably going to go down massively, especially after the video comes out. But it was good enough, I think, for a test. Good enough for me to get a feel, which was more what I was going for. So we'll go into the menu, and you can see here, well, actually I'll show you, I guess, that I haven't got any assists on at the moment, and we'll put it over into arcade mode and we'll see what that actually changes. So neural steering stays off, everything seems to stay off except transmission, starting clutch, ride out device. I'm presuming that the arcade mode does more than just puts your transmission on automatic and the starting clutch and the ride device on, but it does do that in addition. So interesting, you can see my time actually has disappeared, so it looks like you actually can't submit times to the leaderboard with the arcade mode, which is interesting. I actually was wondering how they play that, but yeah, you can see all of a sudden my lap time has disappeared. Now I'm pretty sure it was a 31.6, so I'll use that as reference. And the exact lap time isn't that important. It's more, I was more looking for, like, will I go like a second quicker, or will I be like 3 seconds off? The actual, you know, couple of tenths here and there, it's not going to matter. Wasn't really that great of a lap that I did before anyway. But here we are then. You know what? Have other things changed in here? Settings. Yeah, you can't. There's no setup. There's no setup in arcade mode. Interesting. That's very bizarre. I wouldn't have expected that. Like, I would have thought that the arcade mode was purely just a different physics setting, but it seems like it changes some of the gameplay stuff as well. It doesn't even, like, I can't even change the tires or anything. That's so weird. But let's go out onto the track. Actually, you can see my time is there at 31.6, so even though the leaderboard didn't seem to appear previously, it is. You'll notice in the bottom left as well, we can't change the electronics map. Wow, okay, that is very different on the turn in there. That is crazy. But yeah, everything's automatic. We look at that compared to my previous time. I don't think I got the best exit out the chicane, but wow! Oh my word, the bikers are fast. What is this? What? Oh my... Look how fast I'm going! Okay, yeah, I can see why there's... Oh wow. Well, you know what? I'm glad I recorded my previous time, because I might put it in the corner right now just so you can see how much slower it is. I mean, look how much I'm gapping it. This is like literally play the game on like 1.5 times speed. This is ridiculous. I did not for a second expect. I mean, the grip is ridiculous. Look how much lean angle you can carry, how much you can turn in. To be fair, track limit is still a thing, so I've lost my lap there, but it's like a Formula 1 car. Look how it goes around the corners. That's crazy. Oh my word. Yeah, no wonder they don't let you play this. Wow, oh my. I think you can tell here that I was not expecting this in the slightest. I'm so glad that I waited to actually record to try this. I'm so glad that I didn't think, oh, I'll try it before the video and just get a bit of a feel for it. I'm so glad I pressed that record button, because what is this? It's so fast. That's crazy. We're definitely doing some races with AI after this, 100%. 100%. But to be fair, I can see why they call it arcade mode, because it's very arcade. Well, it's obviously extremely arcadey, but I don't really see how this... Surely this makes it harder for a new player? Because my understanding, obviously, is that arcade mode is obviously for beginners, probably for like kids as well, really, is what's aimed at. But making the bike ridiculously fast, surely that's not easier. I mean, of course, perhaps someone using this mode isn't going to be able to exploit it in the same way that myself or, you know, other decent players are able to do. But it just seems, I suppose it's because you can carry so much quarter speed, so you just build the momentum up and you just keep going, but it almost seems like the acceleration is like turned up to 11. This is pretty fun, actually. I'm not gonna lie. You feel like you're Superman right now. I'm gonna struggle so much when I go back off this. Like, but next video I'm recording, or whatever, next time I'm playing, I'm gonna be like, where's all my grip gone? And it's gonna be for the arcade mode. Right, so I think the initial shock now has gone over. I don't think I need to tell you that it's clearly faster. I mean, you can clearly see that with your eyes. You can see on the minimap as well how much. In fact, we'll look at the lap time we go over the line as well. I mean, I didn't look at it on the last lap, but you see 31.6, which isn't great. You're probably going to be in a 30 or a 29 if you're a top player. But, you know, it's nothing to sniff at. It's not too bad. When we go through the chicane, it was actually easy to do that. And up towards the line, we're like about to a 26. And I went a 10th quick in the previous lap. So we are literally like 5 seconds a lap faster. Which, honestly, I'd actually expect slightly more, considering the pace. But that is ridiculous. I did not, for a second, expect it to be like that. Wow, I've cooked it there. Okay, so yeah, it seemed like I was just carrying my momentum there because I slowed down. And it did seem to take a lot more time to speed back up again out of the actual scrub run. So it seems like perhaps once you get up to speed, you just carry some ridiculous corner speed. This would be definitely fun to try out in an online lobby, but it seems really bizarre that it's this much faster. I get making it easier, I get giving more grip, but why is it like 5 seconds faster? Now I get why obviously they've separated the modes. But there's it literally feels like I've got cheats on right now. Like Mario Kart with like the bullet bill or the star or something. Just need the theme playing. Oh, I bottled the last corner. I was going to go for a fast lap there that would probably be valid, but I think that covers the initial part of this then, that it is ridiculously fast. So my next order of business then, I think, is I'm going to try and crash, because you surely still got to be able to crash. Yeah, okay. So it is possible then. I have proof that, but you got to try that because I had a lot of. Well, I was just completely full lock, full brake on as well, by the way. Although you probably see that in the bottom right and on the grass, and it took a good long time to crash. I suspect you won't be able to crash on the tarmac. I'll give it a go though. I'm not able to high side because there's just too much grip. It's interesting that the automatic ride device doesn't deploy down here. Feel like, well, I was gonna say I feel like that's losing your lap time, but I mean I don't think it is it? When you've got the rest of it. But yeah, you can throw it up the road, but you have to do it on purpose. So I think now, surely the only thing we can do is go to a race. We've got to try a race against AI. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a race against AI in the rain, and we're gonna see how we get on, because we should finally be on a level playing field with them, because we've just got absolutely ridiculous pace. So I've really upped the ante now to really test out this arcade mode. So what I've done is I've gone on the worst bike of the game, which is the Honda. We've gone to Brno, which is probably one of the best tracks for the AI. We've got heavy rain and, of course, 120% AI. So we're really going to get a bit of a test of this arcade mode. I wonder if the AI are also like it. I doubt it. It would be really funny if they are, though. Well, I'll be really slow probably in comparison, but it would be quite funny. So let's get this started. We've got 3 laps, so we're going to see how far the auto can actually get. I've actually just put the clutch in. I'm just so used to it. I shifted first, got the clutch in. But obviously, I don't have to do anything. Let's just hold the accelerator right now. And off the line we go. And look at this. This is ridiculous. I mean, look at it. I mean, look at it. I've got there by like... Why is Miller third, by the way? What? What is happening there? You know, all that aside, why is Miller P3? I mean, I thought this would be somewhat maybe challenging. I'd perhaps behind them for like a sector or so, but I've immediately got to the front. I mean, you've got to question at this point, like, what is the point of this game mode? Because you can't play the AI then, can you? You're like so much faster than them on the straight. You're just so much faster. I mean, I've got like 2 seconds in them and I've rode appallingly so far. But even if you're just really, even if you're really bad, like, you're going to have such an advantage over the AI. Like, there's going to be surely no fun in it for you. And I do feel like it's not really setting you up for the main version of the game. Eventually, of course, you'll get better, and you'll probably want to suddenly assist off. But it's literally like playing a completely different game. It is genuinely. I mean, to be fair, it's an arcade mode. It is like playing, you know, one of those arcade games, or a little bit like MotoGP, like 9, 10, 10, 11, but more extreme than that. More extreme than that. I mean, look at this. We're on the hardest AI difficulty in the hardest conditions at one of their best tracks on the worst bike. And we are like 8 seconds in front after a lap. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ride through the pits. I'm going to ride through the pits And I'm going to see, can I catch them? Or catch some of them up? That's got to be the goal. I actually wonder if I'll get a penalty for going into the pits if I speed. Ooh, pit. So on arcade mode, you have to put your pit limiter on still. I've put it on too early, I think. Great. You know, can I rewind? No, I can't. Great. I mean, I actually gained time by doing that as well. There you go. You know what? It just adds to the challenge, because the pit lane here actually is really short. I'm genuinely going to come out in the pack with them. I'm going to have 2 long lap penalties to do. This may have just made this interesting. This may have just made this interesting, to be fair. So I've played a blinder there by going through the pits and by speeding as well. So come on, let's see then. We are 14 seconds behind the race leader, 10 seconds by Jean Mir. That's with a pit stop, by the way. To be fair, that was a really short pit lane. I was not expecting it. You know what? I actually have overcut that. And I've crashed. Okay, fair enough. I said you couldn't crash up. You couldn't crash by accident, and I genuinely just did then. So fair enough. I mean, it still took me trying to go full lean on the grass. It's warning me about the long lap. Actually, it's a good point. Surely the auto long lap is on, right? So if I go into the long lap penalty, it's going to do it for me. No. Right, long lap penalty served. It's 1 down. Zarko, naughty boy, going on the track limits. You know what this does kind of remind me of a little bit? MotoGP 18, you know the way they enter the corner, the way they're like kind of half lent in? Like Chandra was only like sort of half lent in. MotoGP 18 was like that. You could take in so much entry speed, and the guy didn't really look like he was that lent over. I mean, to be fair, through that corner it was, but through some of them, it doesn't really look like it, and it kind of gives me that MotoGP 18 vibe. Right, so I see them just up ahead. Whoa! Don't crash again. Come on, don't crash again. So I can't lose this, surely. Like, if I've lost with this massive advantage, then I may as well just go home, right? I haven't gained much on them on this lap, actually. I'm still 9 seconds behind them. Which I was able to get in the first lap, but they're going to be slower on the first lap. I also have another long lap to serve. You can say I'm just about catching them. I know I crashed on the previous lap as well, but still a little concerning. It does seem a little bit trickier on the Honda. The Yamaha's very pliable, so it could have been a bit worsened by that, but I'm pretty sure the physics are the same on every bike when you're using this mode, but I'm not too sure. I've just hit Mir. I've knocked Mir off. I'm going to get another long lap for that. That could be actually race over for me. Right, let me take my long lap. Try to carry a bit more speed than I've done the previous lap. Whoa. I've done it. Right, I've served it. So can we still win from here? It's going to be tricky. So I'm actually going to get held up by them a little bit now. Go past Rins. Oh no. Incident. Oh, I've got another long lap. I have. Oh, and I've crashed as well. Oh no. The crowd have just cheered for that, so they're clearly not a fan of me knocking off. Was it Mir that I knocked off? Wow, I've actually managed to lose this. I cannot believe it. Right, here we go then. Up horsepower hill. We are going to blast past a couple more of them. But it did seem like we just run out of time. To be fair, if I hadn't got the long laps, I would have been fine. I'd have been going to beat them. Oh, sorry, Raul. That's great, another long lap. And there we go, towards the line. We're just going to beat Marini, I think. No, we're actually not. And there you go. It's going to be last place. You see, the fastest laps are 2 minutes for them, which is... They're not messing about with that. 2 minutes in the wet here. I finished 6 seconds up. I actually still beat Mir, even with the long lap. But there you go. I actually think, to be fair, this might be worth coming back to for a challenge. I kind of gave a mini challenge at the end of that. I reckon... Challenge against the AI. Can you go through the pits every single lap and still win? It's one of those things that you can try against 0% AI, but you're never going to have that much advantage over them. But this does. This gives you literally like 5-6 seconds advantage a lap. Well, it's not enough to go through the pits, is it, actually, I suppose, every lap. Maybe once every 2 laps or something like that. But I think there's definitely a challenge in there somewhere. So let me know, guys, if that's something you are interested in seeing. But I think the video kind of speaks for itself, and I think it's a good spot to end there. I really didn't expect this video to turn out like this. I intended to go into it seriously and be like, oh, okay, so into the corners, it's a little bit more like this. It's a bit more forgiving. And then within like 5 seconds... that just completely changed because the bike was just ridiculous. It was so fast. So if you've got the game, give it a go. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun in the way that it's ridiculous. Obviously, I wouldn't play like it every day because that'd just be no fun at all. But I think the novelty also would wear off after a little while. But yeah, that was funny. That really, really was funny. I enjoyed that. And I hope you guys did enjoy it as well. If you are new to the channel, please do like the video and subscribe because it really helps me out. And of course, it is a win-win for both of us as you get some more MotoGP 25 game content in your subscription feed. But I hope you do enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.